The pressure is on. Berserker cannot afford to be a loser in this game. And Stats knows he's ahead. I think this is going to be an exciting match, and I'm curious as to how both players will play this out. Oh, by the way, I meant to say, I had no idea how many people were actually going to end up adding me on Facebook after I pointed out that there was a person from Facebook down here. Unbelievable, man. Oh my God, I am getting so many messages. I can't even respond to all of them. I'm sorry to say. I'm actually curious if you guys should try adding me on MySpace. I want to see which one I get more hits on. MySpace.com/tasteless9. But more importantly, back to this game. Two very interesting players. Stats, a lot better than we really expected. He already beat The Rock. We kind of have another Gonzi, character here where, Gonzi already eliminated Much. We have Stats already eliminating The Rock. Gonzi now taking out Quanro. Could Stats possibly take out Berserker? Very interesting. Pretty standard opening so far. No all-in rushes just yet. Here's the first barracks. Stats really teaching us how to counter that fast +1 armory build. He just gets the double cybernetics core. By the time the Goliaths have +2 attack and +1 armor, the other race, the Protoss, already has +2 attack and +1 armor for the carriers. Making those upgrades on the Goliaths not so useful. And now we're going to see the second depot. Berserker may make about 4 to 6 Marines, put them at his ramp after he kills off the scouting probe. Now, because Stats is so far away from Berserker, well, they're both far away from each other, we may not see any rushing at all this game. It may be a very econ-oriented game. Stats is going to leave a little bit earlier than you expect. And as you can see, he leaves the probe outside of his opponent's base. He uses that as a spotter. So pretty standard gameplay so far here. He's going to take out the scouting SCV, and now both players are free to tech undetected. Berserker going to send his Marines out because he already knows that probe is probably out there. As you can see, both players here really have a very strong grasp on the metagame of StarCraft. The best game ever made. Although, by the way, Metal Gear Solid 4 coming out, I am pretty pumped. Just talking about some of the best games ever made. I am going to be a hermit while that game comes out. Here comes the Nexus. So, Stats going for a pretty safe, fast expand build. Getting 2 Dragoons out, then getting the Nexus out, and taking to DTs. And as you can see, it looks like Berserker is going to be doing a pretty fast expand too. I'm curious what type of tech we're going to see here with the Protoss. I mean, obviously we see a Citadel, which is an indicator of Dark Templars. I'm wondering if he's going to get a Robo-Bait too, maybe do a DT drop. Oh, okay, yes. He will be doing just that. So, I kind of like Stats' build. I've got a little crush on Stats' build because, first of all, It is a safe, fast expand build with the potential to have devastating harassment on the Terran. Berserker's build order a little bit more standard, a little bit more by the book. And as we can see, pretty normal. He's going to get the second factory now. Get a few turrets. This is not the same build that Berserker did before. He did not get the Academy. Instead, he's going to go for a standard opening, one where he gets the engineering bay, gets a turret here or there, which actually may work very, very well against the build, which we're going to see stats do. Because the Terran does not have the scanner yet, all stats has to do is pick off the turret in the desired location and maintain control. Oh, but we're going to see scanner now. So he'll have 2 scans to try to pick off these extra troops, these extra DTs that'll come over here. And sorry, I got distracted. We had a girl try to sneak backstage over here, and security had to stop her. What am I talking about? Okay, all right, so the shuttle's on the move now. And we're going to see in a moment here if Stats' DT drop can be effective. Now remember, he does not want to lose under any circumstance the shuttle. Because if it doesn't prove to be effective... Oh! If it does not prove to be effective, he can still use the shuttle to hold off a push. I mean, if you have 4 Dark Templar in there, Terran only has 2 scanners. You can drop and pick up and drop and pick up, forcing the Terran to waste scans until eventually they're scanless. And from there, it's pretty easy. I mean, the Terran can't push any further if they don't have detection, and they're only using mines. That's a pretty difficult way to hold off something like that. But look at this. Berserker gonna push anyways. Pushing out now. I don't know if Stats is ready for this. Berserker knows. There he goes. He did it once. He picked it up. He's gonna wait for the scan to die, and then he's gonna go in again. The Panda Bear guy watching it all happen. And the shuttle not too high on hit points. Well, excuse me, the shields are gone. It's pretty much got all of its HP. All right, here he goes now. He scans again. He wants to be ready for those DTs. Here comes the DTs now. He scans once again. The Marines may take out the shuttle. And oh my God! A bunker will be set up. The shuttle is gone. The DTs are gone. And soon Stats Expansion will join the gone group. But more DTs are coming up here. He doesn't have a scan on that just yet. And oh my... Oh! The mine blew up all the tanks and Berserker. Unbelievable. That was not supposed to happen. It looked like Stats was going to lose there. Wow. Did that just happen? This is a bad dream right now for the Terran. Everything is going wrong. Protoss now taking the Arbiters soon. Terran has not even taken his Mineral Expo yet. Has lost all of his tanks. Berserker, he's in awful condition. To put it simply, his chances of winning are slim. If Terran pushes you early on and you take out that push, or if you're Terran, if you lose that push, the odds of Terran winning are so minimal because they have so little tanks, and the tanks are the backbone of that, and there's really no way. I mean, it's going to be tough. We'll see how he does on the second push. But until then, you know, Stats is going to have free reign over the map. unbelievable game here so far. Now, it looks as though Berserker is actually getting ready for another push-up here. As I said before, Berserker, a very aggressive player. Sometimes that aggression works against him. Wow. All right, so now he's going to get the armories out much later than last time. The Protoss may be ahead in upgrades this game. Yet another thing that will not work well for Berserker. Protoss going for the other expansion here very soon. Berserker knows this, trying to delay him, although it looks as though Stats will manage to ninja that probe in there. Meanwhile, he's going to wall himself in with pylons, or a pylon in some other building, to prevent any harassment. Now, Stats knows how good the position he's in is. He just knows he cannot afford to make a mistake against a player who is as good as Berserker. And I think we may see a storm drop here. No, oh, no, he might just be going for the island. As you can see, though, Berserker doesn't have any dropships just yet. In fact, I don't even know if he has a star port, so this is a pretty smart move here by Stats. He knows that he can take another expansion pretty easily, not have to worry so much about getting a massive amount of cannons there just yet. There's the Panda Bear guy. And, okay, all right. It is happening. Here's the second push. Stas has to hold this one off, too, and I gotta say, this push is pretty sizable. Arbiters are out. If he has stasis, he can freeze the cluster of tanks and take this out. Look at those vultures flipping out. Look like they have Tourette's or something. Okay, it's all up to this moment. Can Berserker make a comeback? It's happened before. Zealots don't have legs. He needs the Zealot leg upgrade before he can really engage that, and he does not have that yet. I question if Stats maybe forgot entirely, or if it's just on the way and it's not finished yet. Well, it looks like Stats is going to lose this expansion. No Zealots with legs. Silly mistake. Although he will... Okay, I see Stats going to take both islands now to try to recover from this. I'm surprised they haven't seen any Zealot bombing. You can take a Zealot, drop it right next to the tank. The splash damage will hurt the tanks around it, wherever you drop the Zealot. But Stats seems to be a pretty wise player. Right now, he does not want to take any chances. Legs are done. He looks like he's gathering together. We might see an attack. +1 attack for the Terran. A lot of factories here. And Berserker is now going to pull out, deciding that it might not be safe to stay around there with Arbiters out. Well, unfortunately, though, for Berserker, if Stats makes a ton of cannons on those islands, it may be inaccessible to him. Here comes the attack now! Stasis! One! Here comes another one! Right about now. And there may be too many Protoss units here. No, he only had one stasis, so Terran may in fact win this battle. I'm surprised. I thought, no, the second stasis was just too late. Stats with a totally botched attack. He could have actually won that had he stasis that second group a little bit quicker there. Siege tanks deal damage so fast, so very quickly. He does have enough units over here to possibly hold off another push. Bear in mind that the only location that Berserker can push is the main, or at least head towards the main, because Stats is taking both of the islands. And look at this. We see some mines getting cleaned up here. Really exciting game here. Stats may still have a little bit of an advantage if he can get enough probes to that island. Meanwhile, Berserker has not yet expanded again. And it looks as though Stats going to run away. He wants to be able to get a good surround for when this push towards his main happens. Oh, mine dealing a lot of damage there. Is Stats attacking? And a stasis, a critical game-changing stasis here. If he gets a few zealots, which he should be able to do before the attack comes out, he can get there. If Berserker doesn't reinforce this in time, he needs to reinforce those tanks. Why is he not reinforcing those tanks? Stats really could put more probes on that island as well. And it looks as though these tanks may be taken out. He's going to pick off one. Now backing up. He's going to go for the surround on these tanks, which are about to unfreeze. There it is now. Oh, very nice. Berserker. I don't believe he's going to be able to hold off these the Arbiters, Dragoons, and Zealots. He cannot afford to lose any Arbiters, though. The Stasis is what is keeping Stats alive. Stats, change your name to Stasis. Panda Bear guy getting a little bit farther away from Stats' base because he is playing so well. Stats now having the free time to drop more probes over here at the expansion. Here comes a vessel. He may have an EMP in there. And we might see another stasis. There's another one. An incredibly good stasis. We may even have seen another stasis here in a little bit. But no, he loses the Arbiter. Even though he lost the Arbiter, it looks like he's still going to have enough units to hold this off. Stats has to keep holding off this push, and he should win the game. Nice defensive matrix. Pretty sexy there by Berserker. Oh. Hidden expansion over here at the top right. Expect that to be possibly recalled. I think once Stats holds off the rest of this attack, he will switch his playing style and start using recalls. Those probes should be mining minerals. Stats now expanding yet again. Talk about an epic last game here. If it does indeed turn out to be the last game. Protoss slowly moving to the top right. If he can get that expansion, it would be huge. More and more Arbiters on the way. Judging from how many assimilators Stats has acquired, I think we could expect to see even more Arbiters up here. It looks like Berserker trying to bait his opponent out of going to the expansion. Stats going to send a few Zealots in here to absorb some mines so that he can take the rest of his army in there. The Berserker fans are like literally standing up as they watch this. It is so tense, the atmosphere in here. All right, Berserker attempting to drive Stats back. It looks like it's working. Stats going to have to avoid those science vessels. He does not want to get EMP'd. Oh, EMP's the army instead. Although it would have been better used on the Arbiter. But oh my gosh, he's taken out so many SCVs. This is really hurting Berserker. But can Berserker get this expansion over here? We may see another stasis. Oh, a really crappy stasis. And in fact, Berserker may have too many units. No, a lot of Dragoons over here, but tanks reinforcing. Can he get the reinforcements there in time? Those Dragoons may not have easy access to these tanks. More tanks in the back, now sieging up. And I think Stats is, in fact, going to have to back up, or at least until these Zealots get there. +2, +1. I'm surprised he's not taking that assimilator. Or at least built an assimilator there. Here's another attack. And it looks like it's going to be very effective. Berserker attempting to edge his way down there. And can Berserker has in fact won this battle. He is getting closer and closer and closer to the main of Stats. Stats has to hold this push off. He has to stop these tanks from coming over here. And he's getting less and less and less units out here to hold this attack off. Oh my God, is Berserker going to win this game? This will be huge if Berserker wins this. Berserker only has one expansion at the far left, although it looks like he is expanding again at the bottom left. Nice stasis here. He's going to try to move in. He cannot afford... Oh, he loses the Arbiter. If Stats can micro this well enough, he could come out again with an advantage, putting the Dragoons on the high ground, drawing some tank fire. Now moving in here. He's got to get to where those tanks are, though. He's got to surround the tanks. He's standing around the vultures for too long. But some Zealots are coming down. No. It looks like he may have to back off, though. Unfortunately, he cannot keep that Arbiter alive. Unfortunately, Stats may be in trouble when those units unfreeze. Berserker has now claimed territory over the low ground here. And it looks as though Stats might be able to hold this up and get, draw some mines into there. No, impossible. Stats should really just back off. And oh my God! Stats has won that game. I did not see that one coming. Berserker. Very, very talented gamer. Talk about a crazy game. I cannot believe that Berserker won that game. I thought we were going to see it end, but